Most women don't fail at making money online because they aren't capable. It's because they have the wrong expectations when getting started. Social media loves to emphasize the highlight reel of making money online. But the reality is, it's not a get rich quick scheme. And the chances of you becoming an overnight success are about as likely as hitting the lotto. In this video, I'm busting 5 common myths about making money online, so you know what it really takes to make sustainable remote income. But first, before we dive in, hey girl, hey! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Ariana, and I've been living abroad and earning remotely since 2021. I help women discover their own path to earning online so that they can thrive abroad too. If that sounds like your vibe, definitely be sure to check out the link in the description to my free guide for making money abroad. It's exactly what I wish I would have had before getting started. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into debunking these myths. Starting off with myth number 1. You can work from anywhere. Now, don't get me wrong, as someone who has lived the digital nomad lifestyle, it is true that with a laptop and a good Wi-Fi connection, you can get work done anywhere. But the reality is, you need a reliable workspace. Having strong Wi-Fi is just the start. You also sometimes need a quiet environment depending on the type of work that you're doing. You need good equipment. You need a laptop that you can rely on. Other times you might need some sort of headset or headphones that you can use that cancel out noise. You also need an area, like an actual office that you can work in. Working from your bed or from a couch might work every once in a while, but if you're really trying to be productive, it is not the most ideal. Having a reliable workspace also sometimes requires an upfront financial investment, which is something you won't hear a lot of people tell you about working online. But as I mentioned, having a reliable computer, sometimes needing a specific headset or a microphone, depending on the type of work that you do, will require you buying those upfront. You also might need to invest in a more expensive data or internet plan so that you can have the stronger Wi-Fi connection. And then co-working spaces aren't free, so you might have to buy a pass or a monthly subscription in order to go to places to work. So working remotely doesn't require you to show up to an office, but working from anywhere does still come with a caveat. All right, so myth number 2. In order to work remotely, you just need to apply. The reality is, you have to be resourceful. Using platforms like LinkedIn or Indeed won't necessarily get you far when it comes to finding true remote opportunities. Even though they might present themselves as being remote, 9 times out of 10, there are some limitations or restrictions that prove it to be not exactly remote at all. So this requires you to look beyond the traditional job boards. Being resourceful and looking at niche platforms and communities online, such as Reddit or Facebook, to find different remote opportunities is one way. You could also seek out referrals in your network, reaching out directly to potential clients and companies. This is how you land remote opportunities that are truly remote and really allow you to work from anywhere. So it's not as simple as just applying. It really requires you to be resourceful and think outside of the box. Myth number 3 is that you'll get paid immediately. And yeah, that one is probably a little hard to hear because we're doing this because we need the money, right? But the reality when it comes to remote work is that you need to be consistent before you see results. To really start earning sustainable income online, you have to put in the time and the effort upfront. Whether that is learning a new skill or creating an audience, if it is building an online presence, or even putting together a portfolio. All of these require you to put in the work prior to you seeing any outcome, any cash. So making money online, it doesn't come overnight. And it's not always a straightforward process like a 9 to 5, where you put in the hours for X amount of days or weeks and then you see a paycheck. Instead, sometimes you are putting in the hours, the days, the weeks, and you don't exactly know when the outcome is or what it will even be. You just have to continue to show up. And you really do have to lean in and trust the process. Just focus on putting in the reps, not the reward. Myth number 4. If you produce good work, the opportunities will come. If only. This one kind of piggybacks off of the third myth, but the reality is you need visibility. People cannot pay you, they can't work with you if they don't know that you exist. So you have to take the initiative with putting yourself out there. Whether that's posting the content or making connections, if it's pitching yourself, seeking out new opportunities, or simply just telling people what it is that you do. All of this requires you to step outside of your comfort zone and also get comfortable with being uncomfortable if you don't like being seen. People will have to see you from the beginning, even when you may not be as good as you desire to be. But just keep reminding yourself that visibility is truly what brings the opportunities. Myth number 5 when it comes to earning money online is that motivation is key. All you need is motivation. The reality is you have to take ownership over your success. This is especially important for us as women because we all know at least once a month we are not going to have the motivation. We just do not feel like it. But when you take ownership, you're leaning into self-discipline. So having ownership over your time, what time you go to bed, what time you wake up, how many hours you put into your work, what kind of breaks you're taking. When you have no one around you to tell you when to take a lunch break and when to end your lunch break, you really have to take ownership over your own schedule to make sure that you are putting in enough hours, enough time, enough effort, getting the work done in order to see the results that you desire to see. Ownership can also look like knowing what to prioritize when it comes to your work or your business. So knowing what takes precedence over something else, what's more important to get done now versus getting done later. All of this contributes to your success when it comes to making money online. Those are the 5 myths and realities of earning remote income. Now it's your turn. Which of these 5 realities is the biggest challenge for you? Tell me why down in the comments and let's keep the conversation going. Now that you know what it takes to actually earn online, the next question is, what can you actually do to make money? Check out this video next, where I'll help you identify the skills that you already have that people will pay you for. Until next time.